Okay.
Can you hear me good? Back there? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay. All right, today I would like to explain the importance of using safe practices at the home. Injuries that occur at the home are often devastating. However, these injuries can be avoided with safety practices. Each year, thousands of injuries occur while at work. However, millions of people are injured as a result of accidents that occur in the home. If you look up here on the graph, this breaks down the type of injuries that occur as well as the amounts of injuries that occur while at home. Injuries that occur at home are often devastating. However, these injuries can be avoided with safety practices. Many of us have jobs that apply strict but necessary safety practices. Many of the same practices can be applied to the home in order to make it a safer place for our families. Accidents occur as a direct result of something else. However, many accidents do not have to occur at all. Taking the following steps around the home can prevent nearly all accidents from occurring. This will make sure that you and your family and your friends will remain safe. There are several types of injuries that occur at home. The most common types are falls, burns, and poisonings. As you can see here, there are many other types that occur. Any of these can lead to severe injuries, and some of them can lead to death. The most common types of injuries and examples of how they occur. According to the National Safety Council, falls are the cause of 8.9 million trips to the emergency room in the United States each year. Falls are very common in the home. Elderly persons are 4 times more likely to die as a result of a fall than anyone else. Fall injuries increase around the holidays, especially when people are hanging lights on their house. Burns are another common injury around the home. The young, primarily small children, are especially vulnerable to burns due to the fact that they are not aware of the consequences of contact with hot surfaces. The kitchen and bathroom are the most common areas that involve burn injuries. Poisonings are also common around the home. The kitchen and bathroom are also common places where poisonings occur. If you look at this graph, it's a breakdown of injuries that occur at home, not only inside, but outside as well, and the areas that surround the home. Also, any place where chemicals are stored that are easily accessible by children. These are just a few examples of common household injuries. Other injuries that are common in the home are cuts, pinch points or crush injuries, choking, and drowning. There are hundreds of ways for individuals to get hurt around the home, but for every one way for someone to get hurt, there are dozens of ways of preventing those injuries. Here are some guidelines on how to recognize potential hazards. Always be aware of the hazards that are present in the home. In order to prevent injuries, one must be aware of the situations in which someone can sustain an injury. A good rule is to remember, if it can hurt an adult, it will surely hurt a child. Cleaners or chemicals are often kept in colorful containers that can attract the curiosity of younger children and special needs individuals. One example would be those Tide detergent pods. Several children have been injured with those because they resemble candy. Ladders and stairwells can often be mistaken for fun places for children to play. Cabinets are often mistaken for forts or castles by young children. A 100% accident-free home may or may not be possible. After all, not everything is within our control. But what's wrong with 99%? There are many ways to accident-proof a home, including the following. When using a ladder or step stool, make sure it is properly positioned. Also make sure that it has a proper load rating and you adhere to that load rating, and that it is tied off, especially if you are working alone. When cooking, be sure to turn the handles of the pans away from the front of the stove so as to not bump them accidentally or to attract the attention of curious children. When using hair or clothing irons, be sure that the cords are not in the walking path, and also be sure that they are not within the reach of children. Never leave these items unattended. Be sure to store household cleaners in the same place so as not to forget where they are stored. Be sure to store them in areas that are not easily accessible by children. Also, if cleaners and chemicals must be transferred from their original containers, be sure to label the secondary container clearly. Also, do not use commonly used containers such as bug juice bottles or water bottles. There are many ways of sustaining an injury in the home. There are more ways of preventing those injuries. Injuries that occur at home are often devastating. However, these injuries can be avoided with safety practices. The dollar amount of insurance claims involving home-related injuries is in the billions of dollars each year. Each year, millions of individuals are injured at home. This is drastically higher than those injured while at work. 1 out of 4 individuals will sustain an injury while at home. Often these injuries are severe, and many are life-threatening. Several thousand people die each year from injuries sustained while at home. I hope that the information that I have presented you today will prevent you or a loved one from becoming one of those statistics. Thank you for your time.